the Village of Fairport applauds Governor Hochul for recognizing the importance of investing in local governments and for reaffirming her commitment to strengthening New York cities and villages. And be it further resolved that the Village of Fairport urges the New York State Legislature to include at a minimum this additional $100 million in temporary municipal assistance in the adopted state budget. And be it further resolved that the Village of Fairport calls upon the governor and the state legislature to develop a more permanent and predictable solution for unrestricted municipal aid to ensure long-term fiscal stability for New York's local governments. And be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be transmitted to the governor, the temporary president of the Senate, the Speaker of the Assembly, and the members of the state legislature representing the Village of Fairport. Can I have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
By Trustee Briggs.
Second.
By,
That was me.
thank you, by Trustee Nazarian. And I'll just briefly comment that there was a letter that was signed on to by the Village of Fairport that was sent to the governor. And it was signed on to by myself and by Village Manager White, asking for the same protections of the AIM funding that we get, that it be made with permanent for the temporary that we're getting this year, that the legislature passes it because it's not passed yet. And that they find a way to manage this for villages and towns so that we can see, and cities, so that we see the support of the state, not just as this number that was created 15 years ago, but that it also has something to do with the current state of our government and the state of the environment in New York State at this time. So this resolution was helped via NICOM, and there's some mentions of the executive director of NICOM in this. If nobody has any comments, then I'll ask, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Then that will be unanimous. Okay, which takes us to item number 3. A motion by the village board to authorize the annual Memorial Day Parade organized by the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 8495, subject to final approval by the village manager. The parade shall take place on Monday, May 25th at 10 a.m.
So moved.
By Trustee Wojka and
Second.
seconded by Trustee Briggs. And that opens it up for discussion. I read through the request from is it still Commander Cellini, or is it a different title? Yeah, it was, and it follows the traditional parade path, asking for 1 hour at Potter Memorial following the parade. Any questions or comments? Okay. Looking forward to the parade this year. It's a regular right of the Memorial Day weekend. With all that, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? That will be unanimous. Which takes us to item number 4, a motion by the village board to authorize the payment of audited bills. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Okay. All right, so we had different people making the motion. So do you want to share what that's about?
So I made the motion because there were 2 bills from Fisher & Associates. So as we had decided previously, I to review those 2 bills specifically to avoid any conflicts. And those bills, everything was all in line. And I think Jean had said that those were the last ones.
Okay.
From Fisher, and rounding that out. Is that correct, Brian? I think? Okay.
And I reviewed them as well.
Okay. So here's the most important question, even more important than that in question. How many tons or partial tons of compost did we have for January? Because we have a number, and then for February.
January was 2.29, February was 2.136 tons.
Tons. Okay. So the composting program is still alive and well in the village of Fairport. And we will continue to see if we can increase the volume of compost that goes. All right. With that stated, any further questions or comments about the vouchers, the bills? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That will carry unanimously, which takes us to item number 5, a motion by the village board to amend the previously approved amount of $70,000 to pay health and dental insurance premiums paid in the month of March to $64,131.79.
So moved.
By trustee Banowski,
Second.
by trustee Nazarian. Any questions? All in favor? Anyone opposed? That'll be unanimous. And that will take us to item number 6, which is a motion by the village board to authorize the clerk treasurer to pay health and dental insurance premiums for the month of April in an initial estimated amount not to exceed $70,000, subject to audit and amending authorization by the village board at their regularly scheduled, April meeting.
So moved.
By trustee Briggs,
Second.
by trustee Banowski. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That will be unanimous. And there's something missing from here this evening, which is Megan. She's out of the office today, so therefore we don't have the regular financial reporting that we go through. But since I attended FMC's meeting this morning, I'll start off with a couple items and then I'll pass it down the line for anybody who has committee reports or announcements. So actually I'm going to start with updates from the DPW. They're in the process of getting started with paving again. And on the agenda this year to be paved are Elm Street, Jackson, Clinton, West Street. There will be likely some catch basin work on those streets and utility cover work and occasional sidewalk work. And then there's plans to chip seal, which will be later in the summer, Upper Winding Brook. There are new spring banners coming. And then there will be summer banners celebrating the the 250th anniversary of the country. The flower pots are in, and the flowers will go out towards the end of May, early June. That actual date is to be decided yet. And I've seen them out already, so this was an update from last week. They have been out cleaning streets and cleaning sidewalks all over this village. I believe, where did I see the truck turned up Park Circle Drive today when I was driving south on Main Street? And that was the update from the DPW. Let me go to my FMC update from this morning. So for all of those folks who are actively tracking their electric bills, February prices are going to be reduced slightly from what was expected. And they will be, your bill may be slightly reduced from the January bill because of the fact that temperatures got a little closer to the freezing mark than they had been for the entire month of January. Customers should still expect larger bills in general, but not as large as January. MUA, which is the Municipal Electric Utility Association, which is one of the organizations that we get through it's pass through, right? MUA does the purchase of the electric, and we help me with that.
So the New York State MUA, Municipal Electric Utilities Association, is a lobbying and educational component for utilities in the state. NYMPA, New York Municipal Power Agency, is the agency that purchases supplemental power on behalf of the 40 municipal electric utilities in the
Okay.
state.
Then it would have been NIPA had the largest bill ever in January. That was what Matt had said this morning. I thought he said NIPA. 57 million for purchase power, and that's for the MUA members. For FMC, their ongoing projects that they're working on right now, they're still continuing on installing poles on High Street Extension, and they'll be moving to Hamilton Road. And then after June, there will be some electric rebuilds on Dewey and Wakeman Road. So those residents on Dewey Avenue should be expecting to see Fairport Electric in their neighborhood this summer in June. For staffing, for the first time in many years, our line crew is fully staffed at 19. However, 7 of them are apprentices. So welcome to the Village of Fairport and to Fairport Electric. Keep learning and keep getting better in your job. And then something that ties into what we did at our January meeting or the February meeting where we passed the ability for the Fairport Electric to loan from us. Was that January or February?
Yeah.
February, okay. So at the end of the month, January's financial, I don't either. Let me see if I can get her to be quiet. Sorry about that. The January financials allowed for a slightly positive cash flow, allowing FMC to avoid borrowing from the village, even though we had set up a situation where they could if they ran too close on cash flow. So they did not have to take those actions because their cash flow was such that they were able to meet all of the bills that they needed to turn on. And the budget for Fairport Municipal is just for the upcoming year is just about complete. And the commissioners will be having a special meeting to review it before it comes to us. And that is all I have to share. I'm going to pass to Trustee Nazarian. I'll turn my mic off, which is sharing feedback.
Feedback, yeah. I have no official business report except that I did sneak in a quick little canal run this afternoon and the village is back, kids. I mean, we've got bikers and the skate park was jammed and there were people fishing and it was lovely to see. It won't last. Don't look at the forecast, but
So if you're driving a car, slow down. There's kids out.
yes, but it was nice to see people out and about.
All right, I just want to agree with Trustee Nazarian. I also was able to get out with my dog this morning and there were a ton of people out. It was beautiful. The sidewalks look amazing. It's nice to see them again after all the snow. But with the random warm and cold weather in March, make sure you're on the lookout for other people riding bikes, people walking, people jogging. Make sure you're aware that a lot of kids start to walk and ride their bikes back and forth to school again as the weather clears up. Also for the Fairport Farmers Market, 2026 applications are now available for vendors for the Farmers Market, and that starts May 9th through November 21st, and it is Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon, and that's all I got.
Yeah, keeping it pretty light. Just everybody keep an eye out for everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Trustee Briggs.
Just one more reminder for the Fairport Parrington Public Arts. On Saturday, March 14th, there's going to be the annual 6x6. Come and make a piece of artwork. It's free. All the materials are provided. And this year, it's going to be hosted at Railroad Street Artworks. So it'll be a big studio. We won't have to worry about the library and carpet and things like that. And they have a great space there, and we can let everything dry overnight. So mark your calendars. It's a Saturday afternoon, 1 to 4.
Okay. With that, we have a plentiful amount of upcoming village board meetings. We have a budget presentation Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, here in the Village Hall boardroom at 6 p.m. All of these will be at this location in Village Hall. Budget review number 1 will be Monday, March 23rd at 6 p.m. Budget review number 2 and the public hearing will be Wednesday, March 25th, 2026 at 6 p.m. If necessary, there will be a budget review number 3 on Monday, March 30th, 2026 at 6 p.m. And then our next village board meeting will be Monday, April 13th at 6 p.m. here at the Village Hall, 31 South Main Street, Fairport, New York, in the second floor boardroom. And with that, I'll ask the village board for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
By trustee Briggs,
Second.
by trustee Banowski, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? I don't see anybody opposed. So please enjoy the sunshine. It's still sunny outside. If you are watching this live, you should really go outside and enjoy the sunset. Have a good evening. Thank you.